Hi guys, welcome back to day 20 of our lovely JKT Gate Advent Calendar, and yes, I know it is very late. It might be day 21 for some of you, but it's still day 20 for me, god damn it. So what are we building? We are building in that corner we talked about 2 episodes ago, and beside the forge and behind the school. Where are we doing? Oh, the park! Oh, a park! I could do so many things with a park! We could do a flower park, like a good community garden, like greenhouses and shit. We could do like a big gravel field. I want to do a pool. Park pools are cool. They're really gross, but they're cool. Granite. Oh, granite. Ew. It's the worst of the 3 blocks. I'd rather use diorite. No, I have actually used more granite than diorite. I've barely used any granite. And yes, I forgot to do a lot of stuff on my camera account so you can see my hand, and we're not going to question what's on my hand, and we're not going to look at it. It's fine. Alright, so as I said, I wanted a pool. The original plan, we're going to have a pool, we're going to have a big gravel field. There's some mini games that I'm going to put in. Mini games are fun. I just kind of you can see me use all the fill commands now too. Hilarious. Look at that. So when you go to pools here, they're 8 feet deep normally. They go from 4 to 8 feet. And some of them even, the one at my aunt's house literally starts at a foot deep and then it goes to 8. It's really weird. So I did that. And before I remembered that Minecraft is in meters, not feet. And I should know that because everybody is on the metric system except America. And part of Canada, who can't decide which one they want more, but they're going to make fun of America for using feet. I did also put a window. I kind of forgot I put that window there. It doesn't exist in my brain, but I put that window there so you can see people be in the pool while walking by the main road. Is it kind of creepy? Yes. Is it still there? Yup, it's staying there because I forgot it existed and it just lives there. And also, I don't know if this is a thing here, but like when you go to pools, you have this weird white venting that goes around to like slurp up all the excess water that leaks. And once I did this, I kind of reminisced about a park I used to go to as a child that was near my friend's house. And it had this big, weird pit. Legit a pit. It wasn't very deep, but it was just a big hole in the ground with like steps going into it. Big concrete hole. In the summer, they filled it with water, and it was like 4 inches of water that you could just play in. It was just a public water area. It was fun. I loved it as a kid. So that's kind of, I tried to mimic that here by throwing down a bunch of slabs so you'd have that half block of water because you can waterlog slabs. Kind of stopped for a moment because I forgot exactly what I was doing and I forgot if I could even waterlog slabs, and then I remembered, yes I can. This isn't folly. It's fine. It's okay, you can do it. There we go. And then I started remembering about the water park that my mother used to take me to, which again was just in a public park. And it was only on at certain times of the year. These are both still here, by the way. Both of these exist still. This weird splash pit. I don't think they put water in anymore. It's just a literal pit now. But the water park I went to as a child that my mother took me to, it's still there. We drove by it last, like, 2 weeks ago. It's still there. I don't think the water ever gets turned on anymore, but they have all these weird, like, little hoses, like metal hoses, and they kind of go over your head and they spray water at you when you walk by. I wouldn't be surprised if they still turn that on in the summer. The free water park. And then I kind of just got distracted by water games, so I was like, oh yeah, there's this cool drip leaf game where the point of the game is to just stay on the drip leaves as long as possible and be the last man standing. I made a water park. I ended up making a water park. I'm sorry. I wanted to do this cool thing with like a gravel field and everything, and I just ended up making a water park. This is just what happened. This is what happens. I get distracted. And because it's a water park and it's outside and it's a park, I am trying to build primarily with granite, but then, well, granite is not park. It's a rock. I could have made a rock park. I originally also wanted to do, like, because people have this hilarious obsession with jumping on objects and jumping around in circles, I wanted to do, like, a little jump circle, like a really simple parkour that would just go up in a circle. And you could just jump on it. And people would just, I swear, people would jump on it for hours. And I know they would, because I would do that, because I would just be talking off nonsense and just be jumping in a circle. That was the plan. It didn't happen. I built a water park. And about halfway through this, I am setting up this game fully so that you can jump on from the north or east side, but not the west and south. The west and south sides I will keep open. I put some chairs there eventually so that people could go sit on it and watch them fall to their doom. It's also not that high. I made sure they weren't high because I know people are stupid and they would fall and they would somehow miss the water that is sitting there. I know people. I've watched people do it. They're dumb. I'm dumb. It's fantastic. Where is my audio bar? I've just noticed it's missing. There we go. It's still there. Good. I panicked. Yeah, also when you see the removed command, that means I'm just clearing my inventory. So I have fully accepted I'm building a water park at this point, and I'm now building those hilarious little houses that I hate because they're change rooms in quotes. But they're not. It's a big room with a bench and some lockers, and you get to watch everybody change. They're not individual rooms. I better hope you aren't self-conscious if you have to use those. Because there are individual quote-unquote change rooms. You're supposed to only go in by yourself. And there's nothing stopping anyone from walking in there, following you. Usually it's a curtain. There are some at a beach near me. Don't even have doors or curtains anymore. You're just walking. They're walking. Their only door is the one to come into the building. Everyone can see anyone change. Is it disgusting? Yeah, it's a beach. Is it creepy? Yeah. I don't use it. There's a point in my life where I have to decide, do I come with my bathing suit on, under my clothes? And I choose yes, every time. Do I wear my bathing suit all the way home? Usually yes. Because I'd rather walk home in a sopping wetsuit than go into those change rooms. Alright, better view of this change room. I can't work with circles sometimes. Circles are hard. Circles are hard when you're trying to make change rooms out of them. In the end, I managed to get a 2 sides. And I managed to make 5 individual stalls with a bench and some barrels. And I walked away. I've left my desk. I thought I cut this part out. I didn't. But yeah, so we got a water park. Got a random ass water park. I believe I was showing someone my roads because they're mostly done, guys. You can see the roads. Everything is connected. Obviously, that park's not connected. And some of the roads just go to dead ends because we're expanding that way. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know if the road's going to have to turn or if it's going to go into a building and stop. I have to make sure I don't make like too many dead end roads that they all go somewhere. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, Coco Cabana, as we build our little nasty change room. And as you can see with the drip leaf game, I decided acacia looks fantastic with granite. I don't know why. Granite jungle was okay. I originally decided acacia actually based on the trapdoors that looked the nicest on my pillars by my splash pool. And I did jungle, and they were too close to the same color as granite. I didn't like it. I even I tested out cherry blossom too. Cherry blossom again was just a little too close for my liking. It was pink, and granite's a very reddy pink. but the orange was just different enough that it still looked good. It still has a design window that looks nice through the frog lights. So I kept it. It's pretty. And also the dead acacia logs on the drip leaf game look fantastic in my opinion. Cherry wood would have also looked good, but cherry wood just looks good in general, so. I'm now inside trying to fix the weird skylights because slabs don't interact with other colors' blocks. And you can see me like randomly filling in holes because I'm inside. And then I forgot I didn't do the roof. Alright, now we have a spawning problem. And we could have lit it up. We could have put a light up here. We could have. I could have done something cool with end rods. But I decided I wanted to play the button game. And the button game, very obviously, is just placing 1,000 buttons. Nothing can spawn on buttons. And I like putting buttons on roofs, so usually when it comes to the button game or lighting it up when it comes to a roof that isn't flat, I will play the button game every single time. I think there's even buttons on the manor. Actually, when you guys see the manor, I have been working on it in my spare time. When I came back during D&D to do all the roads, I may have worked on the manor a bunch. Alright, so now we're lighting up the bottom because my body can see that we're having some trouble lighting up the park. Even though I do have some lights, but not many. And I'm coming back with the concrete that I've made this weird splash guard, which in my head is white, because here we do have vents here with a concrete around it, and they're always white. And I think that's something to do with reflective glare to keep people, so people see it. I think that's the point. I don't know. It's just what it exists in my head. So I've got stairs to get up on the side. I do have them on both sides. And then I had to zoom in on my face because someone realized there was two of me and they got scared. Alright. So I'm coming in, I'm playing with trapdoors a lot, so you just see me teabagging because that's how you put trapdoors down. Don't question it, it's just what you do. It's how that works. And this is now, we're at the decorating phase. I've got a lot of empty space. I want to put a little pathway from the main road to the change rooms to, I want to have a road come up down the side of the school as well. So I want to decorate, I want to fill in some of this empty space. Or maybe if I leave it blank, I've got to make it look nice still. Like, I don't want just empty space, but I still have to make sure it's lit up. And do I put a wall? We got our benches, I've got like little tables there. And as I said, the empty space is bothering the shit out of me. Especially this one. So I put some towels down, and then I try to make a parasol, and I regret my decisions immensely because I forgot I don't know how to make parasols. I know it's wool and carpet, don't know how to make them. Am I happy with it? I give it a 6 out of 10. It's not the best, but I'm not mad at it. 6 out of 10. Alright, we got our splash guard, gotta come back. I do also put sand underneath that archway. There is no way to get under that archway unless you go through the drip leaves. And it's like the back, I put the stair and trapdoor thing on again. So you can't come around the back of it to go underneath. You physically have to go through the drip leaves or right on the edge of the granite guard. Alright, so now I start the pathways. And I'm going to start with a single layer and then I widen it to 2 just to make it obviously more viable. And I did think I brought it all the way over here. I'm like, should I bring it to the pool and the splash guard? And I decided against it. I decided the path is going to go through the areas I want it to, and then to the change rooms. Otherwise, it's going to be grass. There was even part of me who wanted to change it all to sand. And I decided no, because that would take way too long. But I do want sand still. So I changed underneath the sand, obviously, and I'm now going to change this little beach area where I put the blankies down in the little towels, I'm going to change this to sand. Because there is an ocean nearby, behind the manor, where I've already cut myself off because I hit the manor. And now I'm looking for sea pickles, because sea pickles are the most versatile item in the world, and I love them, and they are everywhere. I'm putting some more lights down just in the few areas where the lighting's a little bit dim. I'm also going to get some flowers out after I terraform a bit, because I don't like how it's a sheer wall. We just cut a chunk out of the world originally. So we're going to terraform the back to give it that, like, more of a slope and less of a wall. I do the same thing with the road as well. I expand the road properly, and I take out a bit behind the splash pool. Again, we bring the granite over, and we just even out, we just slope the wall a little bit better. So less wall, more slope. And I add, there we go, here's my flowers. I add orchids. Orchids are more traditionally found near water, and I also bring our red tulips back, because those are our main flower block. It took us a long time to get there, because we didn't know where our flower block was originally. And this was a very last minute thought. I was in the middle of about to end recording when I thought of this. There was a lake as a child. I moved around a lot as a child. I think between the ages of like 4 and 8, I think I lived in like 5 different houses. I remember 3. I remember 3. And one of them, I only remember a single room in that house. But one of the ones I lived in for 5 of those 8 years was by a park, which had a lake and a park and like an actual like big open space. It was huge. And they had these weird things, which we'll see in a second, which were just stumps with chains between them, and that was the whole border of the park. But here, we're done. We're done. This is our little tour. We didn't do this with the paths because I had no time, and also I don't know what you would look like. It's roads. You're going to see the roads everywhere. The roads are always going to be there. So we've got our little path. We got our pool. It goes down to 8 meters deep. It is very deep. Do not drown. For those of you, I think in feet, that's about 24 feet deep. It is terrifying. Imagine just going to a public park with no entrance fee. You just walk in, and the pool is 24 feet deep. Also, for another one, if you don't realize this, one block is about, it's a little over 3 by 3 feet. A single Minecraft block. It is very large and very scary. I forgot how weather worked. I was like, why'd the rain didn't stop? Oh, it's thundering. Oh yeah, that's because I typed in day, not weather. Right. Okay, here's our little splash pit. I'm very entertained. So I use mostly like actual granite on the bottom. It looked broken up. We've got our slabs, I've got hidden orchids, and here we've got these stumps with the chains. Look at that. I'm actually really happy with our park. It's kind of bland. Like there's not much going on, but I do enjoy it. And we got our pure beauty craft, our Sphax. Sphax always looks fantastic. Sphax is never going to disappoint me. Until we get netherrack. And then it's not going to disappoint me, then it's going to disturb me. But like, look how nice this looks. I did also finally update Sphax, not to 1.20 but to 1.19, so Skulk is now updated. And Mahogany. We got our change rooms. I don't like these. These are probably the most upsetting part of the entire build, is the change rooms. We've got our very deep pool. Very nice. Love the water effect. Love the lighting. I can see that window and I did not acknowledge it. I don't acknowledge it in any part of this tour because I forgot it existed. Look at them. We got our little beach with our sea pickles. I love drip leaves. Look great. Those look fantastic. And yeah, so the point of that game is if anyone ever does build or play it, you just have to be the last one standing on the drip leaves. Got our splash pads. Whee! And I love the orchids. The orchids just add that nice hint of color. There we go. Look at that. So nice. Right up against the forge. Now, Alacrity. Alacrity is very much, in my opinion, a outside mod. It is one where you want to look at the caves, you want to look at nature, you don't want to building a lot of buildings, you want to be a very outdoorsy person. And you'll see why I say that. Love the tulips. Tulips are fantastic. In here, if we look up, that is why. Slabs are thinner in Alacrity. They made them physically thinner. They are the same height as a trap door. So they do not line up anymore with stairs or blocks or anything. And they make granite very brown. I understand granite can be a very brown color. I don't know how I feel about sand. I like the towels though. But it's just too brown. It's too brown in a game where I already have a lot of brown. We've got this. Look, the drip leaves looks fantastic. As I said, Alacrity is a very outdoorsy mod. Just don't build with it. Don't build slabs. If you're gonna build, don't use slabs. We don't talk about slabs in this mod. This texture pack, not mod. Like, look at the trapdoor. It's fantastic. We got our splash pad, the granite, actual granite, but not polished kind. Those look really cool. I would love to see that caving. The orchids are fantastic. And here's the trees. When they're cut open, you can see them. They're a little more detailed. Look at that. And there's our park. I will say the cyan wool I was using is very blue. Less cyan, more blue. And now, Toxic Waste Camp. The musical. The park where I'm pretty sure the water will kill you. And I'm afraid of it. Does explain why the school's purple though. There we go. Granite also looks more like gravel than actual granite. Like, what's going on here? Why does the granite look like gravel? I dislike that. I like the barrels though. The barrels look cute. The trapdoors are nice. Granite looks like gravel. Granite looks like sediment. Who pooped in here? And yeah, that's gonna kill you. That's gonna kill you. I do love the texture though, like the variance on the grass. If you put a lot of grass together, it puts little textures on the grass itself. I don't like it. I'm not mad about it, but I don't like the granite. Look at this. Trapdoors look great. This looks great. The drip leaves are fantastic. It's just a little too... People complain about my specs being cartoony, but this is so much worse. It is a good mod. I keep calling it a mod. It is a good texture pack, though, if you have trouble differentiating blocks, in my opinion. Everything looks very different from each other. In that universe, you get points for that. But fix your water. Please. It's disgusting. I don't want to drink that. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to look at it. I don't even want to lick it. Now, Coven. Our last one. Coven I'm always still 50-50 on. I'm not sure how much I like it and don't like it, because it's got some weirdness. But, like, this is nice. Cha-Cha is really red, though. Like, Acacia is not orange anymore. It is red. The tulips are beautiful. The granite, look at the granite. It's so nice. It's very red, though. Acacia is very red. I also don't know how I feel about the Acacia trapdoors. They took away all the pretty texture from it. It's now an X. Not just a big X. I do like the lanterns. Polished granite. Look at polished granite. Those are actual cobbled bricks now. That's fantastic. It looks great. They turn cyan into oxidized copper, though. Inside again. It's very plain in here. I feel like I should have put shelving up, but, like, no. I shouldn't have. We've got our drip leaf game. It's no longer nice and breezy and airy. It's a wall. Also, I can't even tell if those drip leaves are updated or not. The Achacha logs look fantastic. Oh my god, the orchids. That is beauty. Look at that. Alright. Splash pad. Gotta stand on the splash pad. I love the splash pad. That is, I can't get over those orchids. And again, we got our chain little fence. I do love how they made chain directional. That's a block I'm happy is directional. One final look at that. Look at this. The park, again, it doesn't beat the bakery. I don't think anything I build is going to beat the bakery, in my opinion. It's fantastic. But I would, so far, I'm going to keep the park in my top 5 for now. And for next build, we're going to skip beside the school, because I don't know how I want to do that road yet. And we're going to go beside the library. Depending on the size of the build, I might actually bring it out towards the fencing of the manor. Because I did say we'd stop at the manor, but we have all of the side of it that we can still work with. We just can't go past it. But there's our village on day 20. And I hope you have a wonderful evening, a wonderful night. I know it's really late. It's probably close to midnight for me. But bye now. And I'll see you tomorrow.